Okay, so I'm a bit late to talking about this, but nonetheless, I still think it's an important detail to include in the Illuminati situation. Now, Illuminati used to be a part of a podcast called the Leftist Mafia, which, as I'm sure you can tell by the name, is a left-leaning podcast that talks about political topics. A lot of people were wondering why Blair was actually still on this podcast after everything that's happened, and the Leftist Mafia actually ended up kicking her off the podcast, and this is what they had to say.
No, basically we had to decide whether one specific member, Blair, aka Illuminati, was going to stay with the show after these videos came out. And, people have been asking us about it for weeks. And at first, I think we thought, at least this is from my perspective, I thought it was just YouTube drama. And those first videos were titled as such. And then more videos came out and more videos came out and gave us a much larger sort of view of what was really going on. And, it was mixed in with some of that like YouTube drama stuff that we just assumed it all was at first. But it wasn't all that. Some of the issues were very serious.
Yeah.
And, I think we decided that the combination of how serious some of these allegations were, combined with the fact that unfortunately Illuminati was not addressing the more serious allegations. And also, she had mentioned that if it became too much, she would have stepped away on her own. But we decided that, yeah, it was detracting from our work and what we do, and the allegations weren't good, and we can't, we couldn't really stand by without any sort of addressing of the situation on her end, but it just wasn't happening in the weeks that we gave her the chance to do it.
Okay, so there's a few different things I want to say about this clip. First thing being that I think it's really nice that the Leftist Mafia tried to give her the opportunity to defend herself before just kicking her off the podcast. I think it would have been unfair if they just saw that Blair was getting bad press and were just like, oh, well, we're just going to kick you off the podcast now because you know what, it just looks bad for us. It's like, no, they actually wanted to give her the opportunity to address everything and she just chose not to. So of course at that point it's like, well, now we can kick you and it's fair. Second thing being that I don't think it's fair that some people were trying to potentially, be like, hey, why didn't you kick her sooner? Why didn't you kick her out immediately? It's like, you have to understand, right? These people all are, I would assume adults, right? They all look like they're adults. They all probably have their own individual careers online and just lives outside the internet. So, it's not their responsibility to know everything that's going on with their co-hosts at all times in the moment, right? Sometimes it takes time to look into things and to really understand things and really understand the, the seriousness of a lot of these things with Blair, because a lot of it's not just drama, right? It's not just like this petty little he said, she said thing. It's like, no, these are like actually like very serious things that she's done.
Yeah, and I want to add also that like the only context that I had was Blair's initial response video, and at that point when I watched that, I thought that the totality of the drama was the legal eagle stuff. Watching her video, I didn't have any additional context. I thought that it was fine. But after going through watching, recap videos, watching the Click and Wonders videos, I actually feel really disappointed in myself that I didn't watch her initial video more critically because there were red flags.
And again, in this clip, it actually reiterates the fact that, again, they didn't know the seriousness of the situation. And as a matter of fact, Blair did, a very good job of not actually providing the context of these full situations and actually making things seem a lot worse than they were for Wonder and Click instead of taking accountability. Yeah, that's all I gotta say for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely a bit of a short one, but it's still something that I thought was pretty interesting, and I thought it was kind of like, a good filler video about Blair in between what I assume is going to be her next response in regards to Wonder and Click. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all again next time. Peace.